Wait. 3,
We're
2.
live. Oh my gosh.
That's
Dude,
hey,
I don't
that's
see the 3, 2, 1. You see a 3, 2, 1?
no, I just made that up. I was counting
Oh.
down. I've got an idea of when it's gonna start, and it's crazy. You guys watching don't really know how much goes into this because one, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it.
Oh, dude. Okay, so if you look behind me, I'm not at the shop tonight. If you look behind me, I have my beautiful IKEA fold out,
Yeah.
and so I have trampolines in my house. Adelaide knows I have trampolines in my house, but for everybody watching that doesn't know, I have trampolines in my house. And Sherilyn wants people to come up here and visit, so we hide the trampolines behind these Japanese changing thingamajigs. But because
Okay.
I'm Asian, we pretend it's because we're Asian. But it looks like something an Asian person would have in their house, doesn't it?
Yeah, I did get. Where did you get that? Send me the link. I want to get one.
It was from IKEA. I told you
really?
we got these from IKEA, dude. I didn't say that already.
I didn't hear that part. I just said you're Asian and you want to pretend that you have Asian stuff. Right?
If you're Asian and you want to pretend you have Asian stuff, go to IKEA. What's up, Roy? That's my boy Roy right there. Roy, this is my old radio partner, Adley. We're doing a podcast. It's called the Chino Brothers. That's what they used to call us back in the 90s. And we used to bump old school hip hop, but it wasn't old school back then.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude. So I got this thing at IKEA, bro. Dude, do you ever go to IKEA?
There's one by my parents' house down south in Orange County, and they'll tell me like, "Oh, you got to check out IKEA. It's so cool, and you got to get meatballs." And that's all I want.
But what about for furniture? Have you ever been there for furniture or no?
I've never bought anything from IKEA because, dude, I'm in Bakersfield. We've got there's no IKEA close, but I mean, don't get me wrong. When I went in there, I was like, I would buy furniture here. I would buy furniture there. It's cheap though, right?
No, it's not cheap. Like it's weird because they did that trick where they're like, "Hey, man, it's cheap," and then when you start buying there, then they start coming off the like little more expensive stuff. You know what I mean? Like this one's $30, but this one's $90. This one $120. But dude, here's the thing. Everybody dresses up when they go to IKEA. Like everybody dresses everybody dresses as though they're going out to a fancy dinner when they go shop at IKEA.
Well, it's kind of fancy. The meatballs are really good. Right? I mean, and you know what? It's funny you mentioned that too, because I did go one time and thinking back about it, it was like people were dressed. Then I think it was a Sunday afternoon. So maybe it's after church. That was kind of the thing to do. Hit up IKEA, get some meatballs.
Dude, every time I go to IKEA, I feel like it's after church because everybody's dressed up but me. Like, I dress like a bum to church, homeboy. I'm not going to lie to you. Or I wear a Steeler jersey. But anyways, yeah, man. So everybody dresses up like they're fancy at IKEA. I have no idea why they do it, but it's super weird and it makes you semi-uncomfortable. But IKEA has some good furniture. So,
do you test out stuff like beds and chairs and everything?
Like lie down on it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. I got kids.
Not toilets. You don't test toilets.
That'd be funny if I did.
Don't do that.
Like jackass. No, dude, I got kids, dude. You know them kids. Them kids are gonna be lying on them beds.
Yeah, yeah. And you have to follow the path too, right?
Yeah, dude. How have you not been to IKEA and you know you have to follow the path?
No, I think I went one time. I have been one time.
You're talking about it like it's a store in a different state or country or something. But like I go quite often to IKEA, bro. When the kids were young, when Nehemiah and Sachi were young, I would go to IKEA because they had free breakfast on Tuesday. Oh, was it free breakfast?
What?
Or no, $1 breakfast on Tuesday. So I take the kids with me. We'd all get a $1 breakfast, and then I take them downstairs to the play area, and you get 1 hour where they'd watch your kids in this play area. It looked like like a McDonald's play area thing. Yeah, and they had free Wi-Fi, and that's how I started Tiny Box Vape Shop. I'd be up on. Go ahead.
Why is there not a IKEA near Bakersfield? Because this place sounds amazing as far as like the daily stuff like that. $1 breakfast and free daycare.
Dude, it was phenomenal. Hey, there's my mom. That's my Sunny Bunny. Maybe we don't put those ones up. That's my
tomato.
I'm just kidding. Brandon, what's up? Just kidding, Mom. Yeah, so what was I telling you? I was talking about IKEA. Yeah, dude.
Free
so
Wi-Fi.
I'd go up there, I'd use the Wi-Fi, I'd get on an eBay account, and I had an Amazon account. And then I would just keep like reposting my e-cigarettes over and over because I would always underbid whoever was up. So like if someone was cheaper than me, I'd drop it by like 2 pennies. But I'd just sit there. It was like I was playing the stock market, and the kids would be downstairs. And so I'd sell all these e-cigarettes on the internet, or you could order it and I'd deliver it to your house. That's how my vape. That's how my vape company started.
Tiny Box Vape Shop. That's the start of it right there out of IKEA.
But it used to be called $10smokes.com. But I've never met anybody that used that service, and thank God I haven't, because that service sucked, dude. Our e-juice was whack. Oh man, everything was whack.
I remember that. I remember.
You
it wasn't like
$10smokes.com?
It was like a pack with like a stick.
Yeah, it had the 3 dots on it.
Yep. Oh, geez, that's amazing.
This is real professional. Me eating ice while we're broadcasting.
Hey, look at this. This is super professional. You know what? I gotta. Let's see. Hold on, Mike. Before we go on, I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but I just really wanted to show you this. Our names, and I saw you put Mike.
You put all night, every night.
If you guys are watching,
all night, every night.
Do you remember my first show, my first overnight show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it was all night, every night.
All night, every night. So when we were in our 20s, dude, like we're gonna bag on each other. It just is. When we were in our 20s, there was this Asian DJ in Los Angeles on was it Power 106? What was that dude's name?
Theo.
Yeah, Theo. And Adelaide did the Theo, dude, when he had his overnight show, dude. Adelaide,
I gotta find an air check.
You gotta be. Are you embarrassed of that?
No, I'm not calling tomato on it, but
no, I mean, are you embarrassed that was your persona at that time?
You know what? Like real talk. It was late at night, so it was kind of, I do because I love the mix show stuff. But then later on, it was, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get sexy. Hey, come on. I'm in my 20s. I'm on radio. There's people listening to the station, and Mike knows you'd get some calls, at 3, 4 in the morning. What's up, baby? I don't even think I can do that voice. So what's the opposite of maturing? I think I've gotten. I don't think I can do that deep voice.
Unmatured.
Yeah.
I'll do the voice. Don't stress it. I got it for you. Here it goes. So Adelaide, when we were on the radio station and he was doing overnights, so he got overnights before I got the morning show. If you guys are wondering what the F word we're talking about, we used to be on the radio together. That's why we're doing a podcast together. And they called us the Chino Brothers. Very racist, I know, but we kept it for some reason. Maybe this guy doesn't want to stop Asian hate. How do I point at you? Maybe this guy doesn't want to stop Asian hate. Anyways, let me get back to it.
Stop all hate.
Just teasing.
For real, stop.
That's right. All lives matter, according to this guy. So,
hey, do they? Well, if you're hating, you probably got a PhD.
Player hating degree. Where'd you get your PhD? This is turning into an inside joke between me and my old friend.
Sorry, guys, but that was one of our first free CDs we got on the promotional tip.
Do you remember who spoke at the beginning of the PhD CD?
Yeah, Rudy Ray Moore.
Yes, motherfucker, it was. This is Rudy Ray Moore. Dolomite, motherfucker, and I got a. Oh, I'm cursing a lot. We don't curse on. Sorry, and I got a PhD, motherfudger. That means a pretty hard beep. Remember that? That's what he said, and then it started. Where'd you get your PhD?
Rest in peace, Rudy.
I play a hating degree. I want to play this for my kids, so I don't want to curse. Anyways, let's get back to this. So Adelaide, we were supposed to be talking about but we had a friend who knew Rudy Ray Moore, and I want to get to that in a second here. Let me skip. He was our landlord. let me skip forward here real quick. Hold on. Let me skip forward real quick because I want to just talk about Adley's radio voice in the 90s because he's trying to play. He's trying to change the subject. I was doing weekend overnights. He was doing overnights. And this is how Adley sounded. I promise you. Hey, this is Adley. On the overnights. Any of you ladies want to call? Phone number is. I can't remember our phone number though. Oh my God.
770-9836.
Oh, that's right. 770-9836. But
it's still the same number.
You know why? Because it's spelled Hot 98.3. Did you know that? Anyways, but here's the thing. As much as I'm making fun of Adley right now, he pulled it off. Like, so it wasn't like we didn't make fun of you then. You know what I mean? Like then it was like, oh man, Adley's got that sexy thing. Da, da, da. It didn't age well. It's 2020.
Yeah.
It just didn't age well.
I'd be a creepy old man doing that now. Oh yeah, ladies, watching right now the Chino Brothers episode 3, season 1.
I got
make sure you hit us up on the DM.
Got a new ear hair this week, Adley. It's right here. You got one of them ear hairs sticks out like that? Don't know if you got that yet, baby. All right, so yeah, man. Like when we were in the radio, like obviously there was a lot of fun things and different things. But we both lived in the same place, which was in downtown Tucson, and we lived above a nightclub. Do you remember the name of the nightclub? It was a venue/nightclub.
You talking about the Rialto?
Yeah, dude. I didn't remember the name. That's why I asked you. Yeah.
The Rialto Theater? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the nightclub behind us.
Oh, dude, that was rough. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
So
good story.
We lived above the Rialto. Actually, I'll let you tell them about the nightclub behind us.
The nightclub, you're talking Dillinger's? Dillinger's?
Yeah, Dillinger. Absolutely Dillinger's. Not when it turned into like a punk nightclub. Like absolutely Dillinger's. Go ahead.
I can't remember what else it was, but I definitely remember it being other places. But this is downtown Tucson. So if you guys are in Tucson, I don't even know if it's there. It's probably a medical lab at this point. But
on Congress Street. Yeah,
it was Congress. I don't know the other street that it was up against, but man, that place would get rowdy. And our apartment/business. That's a whole nother thing that we need to talk about, our living situation. But it was.
Wait, dude, you found our living situation. You make it sound like that was my fault. I don't even know why you would think about that, but I was like, okay, cool. But go ahead.
It was pretty bad. But I mean, whatever. But Daz Dillinger's, the nightclub. That would get. Oh, and were you there? Remember Das Effects did a show there?
No,
you don't remember that?
Das Effects did a show at Dillinger's.
Das Effects did a show in Tucson. I'm gonna say this is 90. I don't know, 96 maybe. I don't know, somewhere around there.
Was this before they were cool or after they were cool?
They had already had their hit. Their couple of hits. They want effects, some live effects. They already had that hit out. So I mean, so this was probably even a couple years after that, and I remember it being empty. and the guys, and I had, you don't remember, we made those too strong entertainment.
Oh my God, you're right. That was Das Effects that was playing that night?
Yeah, and I'm just telling you guys watching right now, this is what we did. We took ourselves.
We took pictures, just little pictures.
And then we ironed wax paper to make like press badges. I mean,
and it said too strong on it.
Yeah, I don't know if we typed that on there. Do we use a Sharpie? I don't know. We just
you typed it because you made one for you and you made one for Thomas, but you didn't make one for me. And so we were all wearing Too Strong shirts, and we started walking, and you're like, "Hey, we're going backstage." And the security guard let you two back, and then I walked. He put his hand up on me, and I was like, "Hey, bro, what are you doing?" And he was like, "You don't have a badge." And I was like, "Do you see the guy that just walked in?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "The one that looks almost identical to me." And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "We're wearing the same shirt that's on the badge." He's like, "Yep." I'm like, "Well, why can't I just go in? Clearly we're with each other." And he goes, "Yeah, no, you don't have a badge."
How come we didn't make one for you? Did we not have time?
Dude, I don't know. You know how things were back then. Like it was like flippy floppy. You're acting like we had office hours and we were responsible adults. We were DJs. So this has got to be the most. This absolutely has to be the most boring story for these people because they're like, "What are they talking about?" So
yeah, if you need a press pass, get an iron and a picture. Just saying
so,
that. And some wax paper.
There was a nightclub behind our apartment, and then we lived in this it was like an old building that should have been apartments for like hobos or something. Do you agree with me? Like transients, hobos, like awful. So Adlai moved up there, and then but the across the hallway from us apartments had these dope terraces that overlooked the city, and they were awesome. Our side sucked. But anyways, so our landlord there was this old black dude called Ernie. And what was the name of his business, Adlai? You remember?
Well, here, call me and I'll answer as him.
Oh, thank you. I was hoping. Hold on, dude. I gotta make a phone call to downtown Tucson, everybody. Well, everybody knows I'm bald, but maybe I should do something to put on top of my baldness. There's only one place you can get something to put on top of your baldness. Here we go.
Downtown Wigs.
That's right, Downtown Wigs. Ernie owned Downtown Wigs. It was the weirdest shop you've ever seen on the face of the planet. It was just miles of garbage. Like, it was just like, dude, have you ever tried to like look at stuff? I can see you looking at stuff in there. Like, just as a joke. Like, that place was so weird, wasn't it? Downtown Wigs?
That's what I looked for the office that we're gonna live in. I called them, but it's hey, Downtown Wigs, and I'm calling about the office for rent. Oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So he's this old black dude. He carried a 357 Magnum in his pocket. You remember that? You remember that? Like, yes. And he had an Asian wife. So he loved us, and I looked like his son, and his wife would always be like, "Hi to Ernie, whenever I go in there.
Yeah, because she'd be chilling behind the counter, right?
Yeah, and remember that he had that bucket that was like College Fund of America, but it was just his son. He was just his son. He'd send money to in college. You remember?
That's OG hustling right there.
Yeah, that was that. So that was our landlord, Ernie, when we were in our 20s. Now remember, you guys, we're broke, aspiring DJs. Like, all we want to do is be in the entertainment business. All we want to do is be DJs. And we are poor. We are living in, dude, we cannot tell you how crappy this apartment was.
It was, well, I'll just explain it real quick. It was, it was a 2-bedroom. I'm going to say back in whenever we got it, 97, 98, whenever we moved in, I'm going to say it was $300 a month. It was a big, huge main room.
No, it was 400 because you and I both paid 200. That's how I know.
Was it that much? Woo! Inflation. It was $400. And it had so you walk in, there's the main room, you go this way, there's Mike's room / our studio. But if you kept going straight, there was my room / TV entertainment room. No action, but
dude, Adlai built a loft bed. Like, I don't even know why. I don't know what wood he got. I don't know where he got this from. He built a loft bed. It never broke. I always felt uncomfortable being underneath it, though. Like, if you were up on top and I was underneath talking to you, I was like, this thing falls. All right. So anyways, like Adlai said, so on the left was the studio. And then if you kept going forward, on the far back was Adlai's bedroom. Then there was a little kitchen and a little bathroom. And in the middle was where Thomas used to stay and not pay rent. That was Thomas. That was where Thomas was staying and not pay rent. You remember that?
He never paid rent?
No, he did not pay rent.
Never?
No, he didn't pay rent. None of your homeboys paid rent, dude.
Wait, you paid rent, right?
Yeah, I know. And it was Adlai's apartment. So what happened was, I was living with someone. They got married, and I'm like, dude, I got to find a place. And Ad's like, you can stay with me. So I'm like, okay. So I slept on the couch in the recording studio, but I didn't care. Like, I was never like, oh my God, I sleep on a couch in a recording studio. I was like, I got turntables here. I could play records all night. Like, it was dope.
Yeah. We got that couch at Goodwill. And I remember we went in, and I think Thomas was with me, as a matter of fact. And we said, what's the cheapest couch you have? And luckily it was pre-stained though. So, you don't have to worry about that. I think it was, but remember the bathroom. Do you remember the shower?
No.
The shower was like, it was like garden hose like turn on things, whatever. What are those called? The faucet. It was like and you're taking here's me taking a shower. Okay, and there's a window. Shh. Hey Mike, dude, turn down the TV. I'm listening to some music.
The window from the shower was in Adelaide's bedroom.
It went to the bedroom.
Adelaide's bedroom was not supposed to be a bedroom. It was supposed to be a deck off of there. They just enclosed it.
Is that? Yeah. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I always wondered why there's a window from the bathroom to the bedroom. It made zero sense. I was like, why do they? Well, but then I'm thinking, if you got to reach for your fresh chonies, you know what I mean? You reach to the window to the. That's what I always thought. I was like, it's kind of convenient, but dude, it just
you got to reach for your fresh chonies. You said the like Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah, fresh chonies.
It's bringing you back. It's bringing you back to the overnight sexy Adelaide. But anyways, yeah. So Ernie was our landlord, and he was the dopest dude, man. Like he was like, dude, because the thing is, he tells these stories, and you had to believe him, don't you think, Adelaide?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And every one of them started with the same sentence. You ready for that? Go ahead, Adelaide.
Hold on. I'm gonna type it what I think it is in the comments. Hold on.
You know what I'm thinking.
Hold on. Okay. Hey, you guys. Okay, don't you guys watching? Look at the comments. I'm gonna put right now, and let's see if I'm right. And then Mike, say it in 3, 2, 1.
The 70s was wild. Absolutely, dude. The 70s was wild.
I put more wild, but
yeah, absolutely, 100%. Like,
hey, I got to be honest though. When you said we're going to talk about Ernie, my first thought went to Ern Dolla's.
Oh yeah. Well, there was 2 Ernies in our life. We had 2 Ernies in our life.
Read the bottom right now. We talk about our favorite intern turned afternoon jock, Ern Dolla's.
Oh yeah, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2021. Well, we have 2 Ernies. Sorry, I keep blowing my vape into the mic, and he goes when I do that. I'm looking for my juice. Well, who cares?
The 70s were wild though.
So he told us these. Dude, he told us the nastiest stories too. He would tell us the nastiest stories. He was a pimp. He was telling us about how he used to pimp girls. We're like, Ernie, man, why are you telling us these stories? Go ahead, Ed.
And he was a huge inspiration to us. He carried a gun. He had a shop that the only person I ever saw in there was his wife. Only person. Never saw one person. Well, I take that back. An occasional stripper by you know.
Oh, that's right, because he sold the extensions. That's right. He sold the extensions and stuff. Dude,
downtown wigs.
Like, I don't know if we're making it obvious to you how weird this guy's shop was, but he'd have like hair extensions and then like a box of Wheaties from 1979 and then like a chess set with 3 pieces missing that was completely dusty, and then like an African statue, and then he had that like Playboy from 1978. Am I exaggerating at all?
No, because the Wheaties box was where the stash was. First and foremost. And here's another story. Remember we brought DJ Twist in there?
To Ernie's?
Yeah, and he was like kept staring at his head. He's like, man.
That's right.
And I'm all, Twist, dude, what? Dude, quit staring. What are you doing? He's all, I think he's wearing a wig. I'm like, dude, it's a wig shop. What do you think? Don't stare, bro.
Yeah, you can't stare at that poor old bald dude. Twist. Yeah, Ernie, man, dude.
Love the guy.
He was amazing. Like, well, and then after we moved out, dude, forgot about this part. On Friday nights, you guys, and then we got to get to Ern Dollars. On Friday nights, oh man, it's going so late. On Friday nights, Ernie would charge people for parking of a parking lot he had no control over. He was standing at this parking lot and charge people $5 on Friday nights.
I remember that, and we'd go hang out with him.
Yeah.
If you don't think we were cool, man, we're late 20s, about to hit the club, DJ, host it and everything. Then let's go chill with Ernie. Let's pour him a drink. Remember, we'd mix him a drink on the spot. couple times the gun fell out of his pocket, and I'm thinking, like, please, I don't want to be, an innocent bystander. Please,
Yeah.
But we chill with this guy and just shoot
We
the
pour
S
him a drink,
about
he'd be like,
the 70s.
That's gonna be all right.
Well, 70s was wild.
We wouldn't ask him about the 70s. He just would volunteer the information. They'd be like, hey, Ern, how's it going, man? You seen Adler around here? Oh, Adler, coming back over here in a minute. Now, there was this girl in the 70s, and she said, will you manage me? Will you manage me? And I said, I won't do something like that. And she said, well, if you don't, someone else will. So I turned that hoe out. I'm like, Ernie, I don't want to know these stories about you being a pimp in 70s Tucson.
Again, an inspiration.
All right, come on, let's get the dollars, man. We're gonna go over on this episode, but it doesn't hurt my feelings.
Okay.
Well,
I thought, because I thought about that when you said, hey, we're gonna talk about Ernie, and I'm thinking, I thought Ern Dollars, but then I'm glad you talked about Ernie Downtown Wigs because both very cool Ernies. And Ern, go ahead.
Do you remember how we met Ernie? Or you tell me how you remember Ernie, and then I'll tell you how I remember meeting Ernie.
Well, our program director was a huge baseball guy, right? And
yeah,
he'd go watch.
We have the same story.
Okay, so he'd go watch the games, University of Arizona, or maybe they called in, and he's like, "Hey, just come through, be my intern, and you can help out around the show and stuff." And then he'd come in because I think he was kind of more mornings. I was still doing overnights. I think you were doing mornings at that time, right?
Yeah, no, that's not how it happened, Adley. This is how it happened. Well, sort of. So Pac, you're right. Pac liked baseball. Paco brought the baseball team in, and so Ernie was like the coolest freaking guy on the team. Like, but we interviewed the team, and Ernie was like super cool. So I was like, okay, cool. So then we interviewed Ernie again. Then Ernie's dad invited us over for Thanksgiving dinner. Do you remember that?
Right. Yes, I do. He lived off of Campbell. I remember where there was a bunch of golf courses down that street. I remember that. It was Mr. P's Market, one of those markets down there. Yeah. Okay.
So at this point, you guys, in this part of the story, we were already in radio. So like, it's sad because I want you guys to have this crescendo of us being super poor and then us being famous, but it's not going to happen. Hey, Joe, says sketch. Anyways, so by this point we were in radio, and we were a club team. They called us the Chino Brothers, hence the name of the podcast. But we couldn't go home for Thanksgiving, and Ernie's dad invited us over for Thanksgiving. And that dude was one of the nicest, coolest people I've ever met in my life, Mr. Durazo.
Agreed. Super nice guy. Oh yeah, great family.
Yeah, I mean, good family, man. His wife had died when Ernie was young, but me and Ad had no place to go for Thanksgiving, and we're famous, so it was kind of weird, So we went over, and Mr. Durazo was such a fan, and so I was trying to help him move the table, and he goes, "Hey, I'm the producer in this house. Okay, sketch that's exactly what he said. He said, I'm the producer in this house. You need to sit down." And I said, okay. And I had a real foul mouth back then. I'm just cursing the whole time. Mr. Durazo was a real religious Catholic, and he was like wincing every time I would curse. I'd just flying out of my mouth. And then after that, we just started hanging out with Ernie.
Yeah, good dude. And when you moved to Pittsburgh, I still stayed in touch with Ernie. We'd still hang out and stuff too. I remember that. And Ernie's he ended up doing like baseball. He played professional baseball for a few years. And if you're in the Tucson area, he's still doing afternoons over there on 97.5.
Dude, so I talked to him the other day. You're right. It's 97.5. I can't remember what the name of the thing is, but
I can't either. But it's 97.5.
Yeah. Anyways, so I talked to him the other day. And I told him, I said, Ernie, man, I apologize for corrupting such a nice young 23-year-old boy. And he said, you didn't corrupt me, Sketch. Man, I've been holding that on my shoulders for years, Adley. He told me I didn't corrupt him. That made me feel so much better. Because when we met Ernie, you guys, he was such a sweet kid. And then, like, I was a racist. I was a bad person, you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Then one night we went to the club. There was all these frat kids, and this frat girl came up to me and she wanted me to play a record, and I said, I'm not gonna play a record for you unless you make out with my friend. And then she did, and like I feel like that was the night Ernie turned, bro. Like I feel like that was
Ernie became Ern Dollars.
Became Ern Dolla.
Ern Dollars. Check it for the ladies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so Ernie.
What up?
Yeah, so he was like an intern, but then he do like I feel like he had weekend shifts, but we always had him at the clubs with us. So much so that there was one night we had the scariest gig of our life. Do you remember that gig, Adley?
I think so. Yeah, The Rock,
Which night?
the Bang Bang.
No, New Year's Eve before the Bang Bang.
Oh, that was crazy too. Or wait,
Yeah,
or was it the night your Festiva got stolen?
I give a F word about that festival. What's your language?
That's another story.
We're talking about
Oh my
seriousness. I'm just teasing.
God.
But yeah, so what happened was, you guys, there's these gangbangers that used to go to Hot 98.3 and buy radio commercials and stuff. And we were like, okay, well, whatever. So they wanted to promote club nights all the time. It's like, okay, well, it is what it is. And then they try to promote a club against our night on a Saturday night. And we were like, well, we do a big club that night and we cheat the numbers by playing the commercial all the time. You're not going to beat our night. So like we had this huge club, like everybody's at the club popping, and they showed up and security wouldn't let them in. But then Rika Indo showed up and security was like this way. And we walked them through the kitchen. And I won't say the guy's name because this is definitely one of them tomato. Don't say people's names. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I
Oh,
think
yeah.
you know who I'm saying. We'll say it sounds like Blinky. Do you remember
Okay.
this dude? Okay. He couldn't get into Cucarachas and he showed up with a gun and his homeboys the next week. And all the security from Cucarachas came out and pulled their straps, and they were all military. All the Cucarachas guys were military, and they all pulled their straps and they had laser sights. Do you remember what the security guard said about that gang?
What did he say?
They were just cloud killing. They were just cloud killing. Remember, because they were popping in the air.
Remember
Bang,
that.
bang,
I
bang,
do
bang,
remember
bang.
that.
Yeah, they were popping in the air, but all the trained military guys weren't moving. They're like, we're not going to move. Go ahead. When you aim at us, we will kill you. Anyways, so then that gang on New Year's Eve invited me and Adley to DJ their club. And we were like, nah, we're good, man. Nah, we're good. We're good. We're good. Nah, we can't do it, man. Sorry, we want to spend time with our girlfriends. Like all this, like we tried our damnedest to like not go. You remember this story, Adley?
I do not, to be honest.
Holy
I
cow.
vaguely remember it. I remember DJing and I remember
This was
getting
the
paid.
craziest story of my life. And so maybe not the craziest, one of them. So Adley, so I'm like, we're not doing it, bro. And they're like, oh, we're gonna call Steve Harvey. We're gonna call one of the guys at the beat in LA. And we're like, that's fine. I don't care who you call.
Yeah.
And then Adley calls me New Year's Eve. I'm at my girlfriend Michelle's house with the 80s hair. And he says to me, I knew you'd like that. And he says to me, hey man, these guys are asking if we want to work tonight. And I was like, bro, I don't want to work for those dudes ever. And he's like, we're gonna split a G if we work tonight. And I was like, man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of
90s
money.
money. Woo.
Yeah, I was like, that's a lot of money. And he's like, I mean, we'll be there for 2 hours. It's 500. I'm like, all right, homeboy, I'm down. So we show up, right? And we set up. You don't remember this story? Are you still not remembering this story?
No, I remember New Year's Eve, and I remember it not being crowded.
Yeah. So Adley goes up to the door guy and he goes, all right, here's how this goes. It's $1,000. You're gonna pay me right now. Because me and Sketch are here, it doesn't mean people are gonna show up. We're not that popular. We're famous, but like just because we're someplace doesn't mean there's a crowd. When you see a crowd with me and Sketch, it's because we promoted it for weeks. But if you don't want to pay us, we'll leave right now. And he's like, nah, you're good. And he gave Adley the $1,000. And Adley came upstairs. And it was me, you, and Ernie. And we spun these records, dude. We're spinning these records. And before we knew it, we started looking around. It's like, everybody in this effing club is a gangbanger. Remember that? Like the entire club was all gangbangers. They were all flamed up. I was like, oh man, this is wild. And then Brian, the like nerdy black guy that worked there, he was walking up the DJ booth to come talk to us, and he was wearing a red sweater. So I thought he was one of them. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? And he came up, and I was like, oh, snap, bro. I thought you were one of them. He's like, oh, my goodness, you would think I was them. I'm like, you're wearing a red sweater, bro.
I know that guy.
But you remember all this part, right? And then at the end of it, we'll call him Blinky again, because I'm not going to say people's names. He goes, all right, y'all, we going back to the Bat Cave. And they all, after they pop Cristal, then they all bail, right? And I was like, all right, this is how this goes. We're putting the money in the DJ equipment. Adlai, meet me at the Texaco around the corner. And you, me, and Ernie went 3 different ways. So that way, if they try to jack us for the money, they wouldn't know which one of us had it. And we got there and we divvied the money up.
I do remember that. I do remember that. Yeah, that was great. It was not busy. We made money. And honestly, I was probably tired.
I was scared.
Were you? I was probably
just like, we're in a room full of bloods, dude. Why weren't you scared? And you know all of them were strapped. Do you remember what happened? You remember the murder that happened 3 months later and who was associated with it? Of course I was scared. Why weren't you scared?
That's crazy. I just remember, yeah. I'm sure I was. I can't remember. I can't believe I would be, hey, bro, if you don't want to pay. I don't remember that part. Like, hey, if you don't want to pay us, we'll bail right now and not get paid.
Dude, you walked down like a G. I was like, what is Adlai doing? You talked to the man like a G. You were like we were connected. And that dude like took it. I was like, damn, dude. Hey, I'm telling you, you walked in up to him like you were a made man in the mafia. You're like, look, wow. This is how it goes. And I was like, damn, this dude is a G from Orange County? Like, how? Like, where did that come from? Like, bro, you did the Jedi mind trick on his ass. I was like, dang, that's my boy. Yeah, but when we had that $1,000, there's 3 of us, and we're like, bro, there's a lot of them, and 3 of us, and they all know we have $1,000.
Yeah,
and like, I do not imagine they're not strapped because none of our security guys are here.
I didn't. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Woo. That's crazy. That's a good story. That's a real story. I remember bits and pieces of that, but wow.
Bro, it wasn't like, I don't know how many more months after that was the murder.
It wasn't much longer, and yeah, that was.
Was it like 4 months later?
The clubs, yeah, pretty. I think so.
So 4 months later, you guys. Now we can't say who committed this murder, but I think you can understand from the story who I believe did. But I mean, who gives a crap? Nobody knows who these people are. We're not naming names.
But it is a crazy story to think about, and that, dude, that's just, I mean, that you look back, Mike, at us doing those clubs and stuff. I mean, there was. Dude, hold on,
someone got shot at our club. I can't just say the murderer and then not say anything. Dude, me and Adlai had never had anybody shoot at our club. And then, do you remember the night that happened? I know is this a tomato? If this is tomato, I'll back off.
I don't know. I'd be careful with it.
I'm not going to talk about names and stuff like that. I'm just going to talk about the night it happened.
Okay.
So the night it happened, I remember we were packing up. We'd never had any problems, like shootings or nothing like that at our clubs. And like, it was the best night, no fights, nothing. And we're taking the crates down the stairs, and then everybody ran back in the club. And I was like, what is everybody doing? But the DJ booth was above this staircase, so we could stand on this trap door and nobody could get to us. So we walked up, stood on the staircase, and they came in. They're like, there's been a murder in the parking lot. And we were like, oh my gosh.
Oh, yes. That was crazy. That was a crazy night.
Well, needless to say, that club got super empty super quick, and we never got to play there anymore. Like, we played one more week at that place.
I think, yeah.
Was that too far? Was that story too deep, dude? Because if it is, I apologize.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's pretty intense because our next club experience was hosting Monday Night Football.
Oh my god!
At a strip club. and
a strip club. That's being generous to that place.
Yes.
Y'all seen that movie, The Players Club?
Yes.
And Jamie Foxx goes up and he goes, yeah, this one, the one where all the girls got the bullet wounds, the stab holes, and the Band-Aids.
Yes.
That would have made Raiders Reef look nice. Please continue.
Yes. That was, well, I don't know. I think we should save that.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
We're 38 minutes in and stuff too.
Oh, snap. All right. Hold on. Let's get to some news real quick. Just a 5-second. You can just tell us some news, and then let's get to our TikTok feature, and then let's get out of here. Go ahead.
Okay, you guys. While I'm pulling up the screen, the thing I wanted to talk about was
all night, every night. I keep looking at your name, and I'm like,
is it showing up? It's not showing up on my side.
What's that?
It's not showing up on my side. I can't see it.
Your name? Oh, yeah. I can see your name, and I can see my name.
Oh, how funny.
All right, here we go.
But okay, so this is what I was thinking about is just, the Hall of Fame.
Wait, this is this year's induction right here?
This is this year's. Yeah, this just came out yesterday. And I want to ask you guys, too, what you guys think about it. You guys watching? Because I thought, look at the names. Tina Turner, Carole King. I mean, these are old school, the Go-Go's. But dude, isn't it cool to see Jay-Z on there? I think
Wait, hold
that's
on. So these are the nominees, or these are the people getting in?
these are the inductees, so they're going in.
Hold on. You don't think that it's disrespectful to Tina Turner, like Motown Tina, the girl that like big wheels keep on turning? Dude, she got a you know what beating from Ike, and then made a bomb movie about it with that good-looking actress, and then looked hot until she was like 65, and it's 2021, and she's getting inducted with let's see, I don't even know who Todd Rundgren is. I've never heard of that man.
Yeah,
Never.
I don't know, but no, I totally agree with you because it's
Tell me
kind of
3
like,
Todd Rundgren songs now. I want to hear them.
yeah, if you guys watching want to type in a Todd Rundgren song in the comments, good for you because I don't know any. And I'm not knocking the guy; he's probably super talented. You know,
I'm knocking him. F word Todd Rundgren. Hey, dude, guess what? D's nuts, bro. You suck, Todd Rundgren. I bet you like Donnie and Marie haven't gotten in yet, and they suck.
No,
but you suck worse, Todd Rundgren.
I'm looking at the list. I'm like, this is crazy, and I don't know. This is probably going to get some hate. Foo Fighters. I'm like, whatever.
Really?
They're talented, but I'm just not a huge Foo Fighters guy.
Holy God, dude, they're like the Beatles to me.
Really?
They're not like Run DMC, but they're like it probably goes in my life. Run DMC, Pearl Jam, hey, Kraftwerk here. I don't know what that means.
Kraftwerk. Oh no, Kraftwerk they were like an electronic band. I got a couple of their records. Tour de France, I think, was one of their big songs.
Oh, that's who Todd Rundgren is? Joe, I don't give a crap who Todd Rundgren is. I'm talking about my favorite artist. And the Foo Fighters are way up there. So, like, actually, you know what? To be totally honest with you, everybody but Todd Rundgren this year, I'm down with everybody.
Okay, I agree.
Except,
and I agree.
Wait, who's Carole King?
Carole King, she sings in the 70s. Oh my gosh. If you looked her up, her songs. It's too late, baby. Oh, it's too late. No.
That's the worst thing that I ever heard in my life.
But yeah, she's like that one good album. I mean, she's got a lot of good music, but
I'm just teasing. I'm just
teasing. But look at this. Even more. Oh wait, you want me to sing it deeper? It's too late, baby.
Wait, hold on a sec. Earlier Influence Award. What does that mean? Because if Todd Rundgren's in Kraftwerk, then these Kraftwerk people are a bunch of shenanigans.
Yeah, how do you not know? How do you not? I think you said not know, Mike. Carole King.
Never heard of her.
Now LL Cool J's on there.
Wait, he's getting inducted?
Yeah, a music for the musical excellence. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Sorry, guys.
No, we gotta have drinks because I'm dying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, him and that loser Billy Preston. Never heard of that guy before. Billy Preston, dude. Dude, the only reason why they're inducting him because his name sounds like Elvis Presley, and they all got high and forgot. They're like, isn't that his name, Billy Preston? Yeah, the white dude that stole all the black guys' music. Word, put him in.
Yeah.
F you, Billy Preston and Charlie Patton. Charlie Patton, guess what, dude? You can pick the corn out of my poop, son. Had enough of you. F word you, Charlie Patton. You know what? I can't figure out which one of you I want to smack worse. You or Todd Rundgren or Carole King. But Tina Turner, Jay-Z, Foo Fighters. Wait, Adley, you're taking away all the good names that I've heard of. The Go-Go's. Okay, all right, hold on. You know what? Even better. Let's just scroll down and say each person that we've actually heard of, but don't pretend to be pretentious. Tina Turner, The Go-Go's, Jay-Z, Foo Fighters. That's it. What about you on that one? You got Carole King on that one?
Tina Turner. Now, Carole King, I wouldn't know by name, but when I looked her up a little bit, like, oh yeah, I know a few of these songs. But again, this was released in 71, 72.
If I have to look you up, you don't belong in the Hall of Fame. Like when you hear that song, you live in the Hall of Fame. It's not like they will look you up so they can figure out what song that you sang. Da 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 da. No, it's like, yeah, you're the greatest, you're the best, you're the King Kong bound on your chest. I ain't never heard of you, Todd Rundgren or Carole King. Love of goodness, driving me out of my skull.
Now, LL Cool J.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, just groundbreaking too, man. Radio. Well, I Need Love. And he got a lot of crap for that when he put out I Need Love. But you got to admit, that's the jam.
He got a lot of crap from other rappers though, but they were just mad because they didn't do it. Then they all started doing it. Hold on, illest LL Cool J song right now. What do you say? And ours can be different.
I'm that type of N. I'm the type of guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. You know what my number one all-time LL jam is?
Huh.
LL Cool J is hard as hell. Battle anybody, I don't care if you tell. I excel. They all fell. Gonna double L must rock the
bells. Yeah, that was a good one. He had a lot of good stuff too. He also
Great
had
hits, dude. 100 hits.
Baby.
Go ahead, baby.
Illegal Search was a B-side.
I wasn't in the B-side. Doing it well.
Yeah. Mama Said
dude,
Knock You Out.
So many hits. Dude. Yeah, Mama Said Knock You Out. Great song.
Yeah.
And then like the full album, those full albums of his, the first two were freaking phenomenal. All right, let's get back to this. Billy Preston, how dare you ruin our F word eyeballs by having to read your F word name? Ain't nobody know you, Billy Preston. I hope you're watching this podcast and crying because more people will listen to us than ever listen to you, Billy Preston. Your mother. Anyway, what's the next one? Randy. Come on, bro. That guy's a professional wrestler. Randy Rhodes. Isn't that the Macho Man Randy Rhodes?
Randy Savage.
Come on, dude. Ain't nobody heard of you, Randy Rhodes. Tell me one song Randy Rhodes wrote. Go ahead.
I thought he was a guitar player. You guys watching, am I right? Is he a guitar player for a band?
Joe's losing his mind. Joe Moreno, he's losing his mind right now because he loves this type of music probably. And I'm just
going back to Cali. Props, yeah.
Phenomenal song.
Going back to Cali, that's a good one too.
All right, come on. Why so much hate on Billy Preston? I don't know who he is. I'm just being silly. All right, who's next? Clearance Event? There's a band called Clearance Event? Like, what are they? Are they? Somebody named their child Clearance Event? Hey man, I'm going to Gabriel Brothers this weekend. Why? There's a dope ass clearance event. What? You can buy some pants that don't fit? Dude, Gabriel Brothers is a spot in Pittsburgh, Adelaide. It's like Ross if Ross had COVID-19, dude. Like, this store is so whack, bro. But you can dig through and find it's like a hidden gem every once in a while. You'll be like, holy crap, this is a Brixton jacket. This would be a $65 Brixton jacket. And it's like, okay, yeah, put that bad boy on. You're like, one arm's a little long, but who cares? It's called Gabriel Brothers. It's called Gabriel Brothers.
You took me to that really cool spot, Steve and Barry's.
Yeah, dude, they shut down. They couldn't sustain their business model. I still have like a hoodie from them.
Oh, I still got some basketball shorts. They got the little dude Duncan. He's like,
all right, new cheap fashion tip, $6tees.com. All right, we got to wrap this up. So we wrap up every episode now with a TikTok shout out. So if you're on TikTok and you want us to shout you out on our podcast, make us a quick TikTok. Tell us why we should shout you on our podcast, and we might play your video at the end of our video. This week,
the first one.
This week on our TikTok shout out, we have Simon. Simon submitted this for us to play on the Chino Brothers podcast. This is the TikTok shout out to Simon. Everybody follow Simon. Oh, we can't hear Simon.
You can't hear him?
No, can you hear him?
Hold on, let me try something. Hold on. We're still experimenting with this stuff, guys.
I'll do it for you. Here.
Hold on, let me try one more thing.
All right.
Give me 2 seconds. Let's see.
That'd be super dope if you can't get it. I have to do it.
Oh, wait. No, we can't do the audio. You know what? I forgot to click a button. We're new on this, guys. Sorry, this is a new system, but here we go.
Adelaide's a dope producer.
SBURY. But
you can hear it now, right?
It's an
hold on. Hit the refresh button. So it plays from the very beginning.
To where?
Was it gonna take? Okay.
There it is. Okay. Now hit the mute because it's muted right there. There you go.
Tiny Box Vape Shop in Pittsburgh. I found out that
Let me do it again.
Salisbury Hill
Salisbury
Hill.
One more time.
All right, go ahead.
Where's the button? I want to unmute.
Me again. So this one's for Mike from Tiny Box Vape Shop in Pittsburgh. I found out that Salisbury Hill is spelled SOLSBURY Hill, and Salisbury that I live in is SALISBURY. But I did find out it's an hour and 7 minutes drive from where I live to where Salisbury Hill is, where Peter Gabriel sung the song about. It's in Bath, which isn't too far away from me. I just thought I'd let you know because you were interested to know where it was. And yeah, it's not actually that far away from me, but it's not written about Salisbury. The Beatles were filmed on Salisbury Plain, which is nearer me, but not that one. As always, go give this person's profile a check and follow if you.
Okay.
So this one's from Mike.
So that was our guy Simon. So Simon lives in Salisbury, England, and I was like, "Hey man, is that like Peter Gabriel Salisbury Hill?" And he was like, "No, he was from Salisbury. I'm from Salisbury." I couldn't tell the difference between the two towns by the way he said it. Could you?
No, it sounded identical.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, it sounded identical too.
Sorry,
but anyways, so isn't that dope? We've got a British fan named Simon. So he goes by Cy Vader. Everybody follow him if you're on TikTok. Follow Cy Vader right there. He's from Salisbury, England. Dope cat, man.
In
Like
Pittsburgh.
Real super dope cat.
And
if you guys,
that...
keep playing this.
Sorry.
If you guys want to get the shout out, the TikTok shout out like we just gave to Cy Vader, make us a video shouting out the Chino brothers and just be like, "Hey, Chino brothers, please, have me on your podcast or say hi to me on your podcast." We will shout you out on the podcast and have everybody follow you. What do you think of Cy Vader, dude?
This guy's cool.
He's got a cool accent, huh?
Yeah.
Is it kind of dope that we got British followers, bro, or what?
Oh, that's amazing. International Chino Bros everywhere.
I don't think they've ever seen Chino Brothers. Yeah. So anyways,
I was going to mention, you mentioned Salisbury. I'm thinking Salisbury steak.
Should we ask him? Should we say, is that where Salisbury steak comes from? All right, ready? Here we go. Hey, what's going on TikTok? My boy Adley has a question for Cy Vader. Adley, ask him about your question. Go ahead, homie.
Well, my 10-year-old's favorite meal is Salisbury steak. Where's that at? Where's that Salisbury?
Or is that what they make in your town is Salisbury steak? All right. Anyways, if you want us to shout you out, we want us to give you as much publicity we've just given this guy, Cy Vader, hit us up on TikTok. Make a video that says this is why you should, show my video, and we'll show your video. If we get a ton of them, we got to choose them.
Yes. Excellent. Hey, that's awesome. I'm excited. We got to wrap this up though. We're like,
yeah, absolutely. But you know what, dude? Like, I feel like this is going to be great. Thank you for watching episode 3. I think this is the best episode. What do you think?
This is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. Join us again. And now, just to let you guys know, we'll be live. This is our schedule. Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m., 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Every Tuesday and Thursday, it's the Chino Brothers podcast. And eventually, once a week, we'll be putting out React videos. Let us produce this thing and get it off its feet first, and then we'll do the other thing. All right.
A lot of fun.
Let's get out of here. A lot of fun.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.